I really don't want to be like everything's a psyop kind of person. Um, I'm not, I'm not so obtuse as to think that psyops don't exist. And if you know this channel, if you know me, then you definitely know that's the case, uh, or that's not the case with me. But the more I think about the incel thing, and of course I talked about this recently with Lamprey Milton on his show, his MGTOW Chats podcast. Um, but it just seems like we're hitting a time period. We've hit a time period in which the desperation of men, in which there are fewer and fewer paths for men to make a way for themselves. The options are being closed. There's nowhere that's affordable. The jobs that actually pay a living wage, a living well wage, a living wage, much less a living well wage, are fewer and farther between. So there's just an overall drearier sense with the economy, especially if you're younger. If you're older, then you're just running out the clock. But if you're younger and you've got your life ahead of you, what kind of you're left? I imagine you're left wondering, what kind of life do I really have? What kind of life can I really hope to carve out for myself? At the same time that is going on, we've got the incel slur being slung at men who are not able to get it together, men who are unsuccessful. The same time that boys are struggling in school, the same time that younger men are struggling, economically, socially, romantically, every which way. At the same time as that, this new slur comes about. This new slur is invented, where if you haven't ascended to the ranks of high status, if you've got nothing or close to nothing, and you ain't got no girl, because what girl wants to be with a guy that's got next to nothing, right? Then they call you an incel. So they've already kicked you down. You've already got the boot in your face forever, constantly raining down on you. But they're also calling you an incel, and saying, just sort of implying that your failure is not really the result of a wrecked economy, but it stems from you being something wrong with you. There's you're a monster. You're a freak. You're someone to be despised and looked down on, spat at. Righteously. They think that it's like the word incel, to the people who use the word incel, they think they're being righteous when they use that word. Honest bullies, they're just mean. They're just mean and nasty, and sadistic. They don't try to make their sadism seem like their virtue, like they're practicing virtue by keeping bad people in line, or but somehow low status men, in which there are more and more men falling into the rank of being low status or low value, which is bullshit. That terminology is bullshit. The value, low value, high value thing. That's not really what you're talking about. That's just a way of trying to dress it up and make it sound, make it sound virtuous when it isn't. Like a good question to ask someone who talks about high value men, having, being able to, being men of means, men who are able to provide, they are high value, well, was Jesus Christ a high value man or not? Jesus Christ, who had nothing, or very little riches to his name. Was he a high value man? I would say he was. I would say he was the highest value man there ever was. But he certainly wouldn't suit your definitions of high value. So at the same time all this is happening, then you've got this new insult, this incel insult, to make it sound like, not only do you have it, not only are things miserable for you, but you should be shamed for being a bad person, because low value men who are unsuccessful financially, socially, and romantically, are bad people. They're bad people who should be shamed. They're incels, right? It's hard for me to look at these circumstances and not think there's something very evil afoot with the incel psyop.